Merry Christmas, Boulder.
Because when these kids go out, they know what they're here for, and our Buff Nation is welcoming them with open arms, and it's a phenomenal thing.
Today we're going to do something a little different. I owed you guys this on Christmas morning. My apologies, but Merry Christmas, and hopefully you enjoyed time with your families. I sure did, as I had a lot of stuff to put together. But we're going to do something a little bit different today, where we're going to talk about some of the great... Was one really big story that I felt like deserved a little bit more attention. And that story, we'll talk about in a second, gives you also an opportunity. If you're still in the giving mood, you can participate and help this player out for the Colorado Buffaloes. We're also going to dive into Coach Prime's just genuine care and love for his players, because, man, he's done a lot this past season that has done nothing but make Colorado fans just proud and happy and going inside, especially here in the season of the holidays and Christmas. Definitely a moment where you want to reflect and just be thankful that you have a coach like Coach Prime around, doing some really cool stuff and really genuinely pouring into these players. So let's talk about that. We're going to dive into some of the cool stuff the players are doing, that have done here for the holidays at the Alamo Bowl, and just talk about some happy stuff for a change here on the Prime Time for college football. This video is powered by our partners at BetUS. Check them out. They're hooking up the gamers. 150% bonus on your first deposit of $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. Again, I hope you all enjoyed your holidays, but this is one story that I really wanted to really dive into, because Coach Prime's love has no boundaries, from his relationship with like Travis Hunter that we've seen be public, and how he and Jimmy Horn Jr., he's taken him under his wing, and he's even shown love and built a relationship with Jimmy Horn's father that's incarcerated. You see all of this just love being poured around by Prime. But this story here really jumped out to me. It moved me when it came out. I was traveling, so I didn't really want to take time to make a video on it. But as I thought more and more about it, this is one of those that deserve a lot more attention. We're going to talk about Buffs players Nikhil Walker, who an edge transfer that came to Colorado from New Mexico State back in January. The big 6'6", 275-pound edge was, moving up from FCS, and he was going to be a big-time contributor. But unfortunately, a health situation popped up where he was diagnosed with lymphoma after finding a lump. And at the end of October, early November, Coach Prime had him come talk to his teammates and kind of let them know why he hasn't been around. I'm going to play the video for you all to hear him as well as Coach Prime's response.
Tell you guys what he's dealing with so that we could wrap our arms around him and pray.
Just one morning I woke up with a bump on my chest. I thought it was going to go away. So I waited like a week or two. Then I just went to the trainers, and then they had me do a bunch of tests, biopsy, a surgery. They cut yesterday about 7:30 with AP, my mom and the doc. And he was like, you got lymphoma, you're going to need to do a round of chemo just to get rid of it, but it's very treatable.
First of all, you're never a distraction. You're a blessing, and you allow us to understand what life really is. We want to keep in contact with you, because I know you're going to go to the crib and come back and forth, so you can be settled and you can be at ease and peace, but understand that we love you, and there's always a place for you here.
Yes, sir.
See, that's a pretty heartwarming story there, right? Especially Prime taking it upon himself to make sure that everybody knows about this player and everybody understands why he's not around, but at the same time, wrapping him in love. And that's something that we've seen Coach Prime do on numerous occasions with these players. I just love seeing, it's just heartwarming. And I put the link in the description below. They're raising funds for him or whatnot. I know he's gone back home. Prime mentioned that in the video. He's going back and forth between Boulder and home to, get his chemo and get taken care of. But it's one of those just bringing that to light and show and talking about it. Now, you see this a lot at the collegiate level. These players love rallying around each other, especially in emergency situations like this. But it just jumped out to me that the love there is huge. That to me, just having that type of support cast from your coach and your teammates, massive game changer for people going through some things. And I know that Nikhil is still fighting, is still battling, and the team has got his back. And I just thought that was just a heartwarming story that had to be talked about more because, again, it's season of giving, opportunity for you to contribute in the link in the description below that they posted on social media, as well as the link to the social media post that you guys can check out. Just shower him with love here in the holidays. This can be a tough time for a lot of people. And I understand that some of you have dealt with, trials and tribulations of this or losing family members to cancer and things of that nature. But this is one of those reminders that, man, Coach Prime's heart is huge, man. I love how they approach it and how they're open with talking about it. Some of this stuff needs to be talked about and shown so people can understand, people be having your back and how the great ways to embrace people in these type of situations. That was one great story. I wanted to open with that. That's the main story. And then we're going to dive into some of the stuff that the players are doing at the Alamo Bowl, right? Over here over the holidays, they're contributing to their communities as well. Let's talk about that here in a second. Shout out to BetUS. They're hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. 125% bonus on your second and third deposits up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. And right now, Alamo Bowl's coming up this weekend, everybody. The Buffs are 4-point favorites in this game. Now, the line's kind of shifted a little bit. How the turntables have not turned, actually. They just continue to move up. So, if you want to get in on that action, BetUS will hook you up. They got that great sign-on bonus, as well as they give you gambler's insurance. They'll give you back 10% of your net losses twice a year, just so you can stay in the game. So they're hooking you up. 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your second and third deposits up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. BetUS, where the game begins. So from there, you have the holidays. And so, Colorado dropped a little teaser video of what they're doing and what the players are out there doing. They were building bikes and delivering Christmas gifts to the local kids, just giving back and embracing the community. And that's something that's not just a Prime effect, right? That's something that you see at the collegiate level. And that's something that should be magnified more. These players really have a desire to give back. And you see that, and they show it at a young age. They are at a position of just influence because they're collegiate athletes, and they're willing to go out there and do really cool stuff for the locals just about everywhere they go. And it's just super touching to see. It's super touching to hear. And I just want to make sure that these players get that recognition. There's a lot of negativity that happens out there nowadays, and this is one of those you want to show off. So they're building, doing the bike stuff, doing donating and stuff. It's fun seeing this in bowl season, and to me, this is the reason for the bowl season portion of it. Outside of with it being Christmas and the holidays, it's just seeing the players have the opportunity to give back, and a lot of them do it. They do it with cheer. They get excited about being able to do that. You see a lot of the players as they're building their NIL empires. They do a lot of contributing back. Similar to like Travis Hunter, he's known as one of the biggest contributors to the Colorado NIL, and he didn't even take money from their NIL, from their collectives. He gives from his NIL money to put in the collective to help build the roster and make sure that his teammates are taken care of. And that's, to me, is the one thing that a lot of people don't recognize out of doing NIL, the name, image, and likeness, is that a lot of these players take care of each other. You're going to have your bad actors in there and the ones that are super selfish, and you recognize it. The players do. They call them out. They're very much about accountability, but you see more of this type of giving on a regular basis when it comes to the portal and players doing stuff. And I think this is cool. Prime's got them out there getting an opportunity to be able to contribute and show things off. And so it's nothing more heartwarming than to see a leader who holds his players accountable. I mean, heck, there's a video floating around of him telling the players to respect the hotel, respect everything around you, leave it better than the way that you found it. He even said, if I smell one whiff of smoke, or somebody tell me they have a whiff of smoke on any floors, it'll be the last puff that you'll have as a Colorado Buffalo. And to be quite frank, the way that we talk, the way that y'all talk, even including myself, if that's what Coach Prime is saying, he probably should be your favorite coach in college football, because that is what we all say we want. We want a coach that's a disciplinarian. We want a coach that shows that he cares. You want a coach that is really involved in what the players are doing. And to me, he's exemplifying all of that. So Buff Nation, be proud of the coach that you have right now. Be proud of what he's trying to build and what he's trying to instill. Nobody's perfect and everybody has their flaws, but Prime is really trying to show everybody that he's trying to put something good out there in the world. And I like the way that it's coming together for the Buffs. I like the way that things are growing, and the players, of course, seem excited to play for them and talk. And yeah, if there's anything that I got to say on it is enjoy these moments, man. They don't last forever. And yeah, have a blast with it. So I wanted to talk about that because I felt like this was some cool stuff to kind of show off. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. We'll probably try to archive some of the best moments from Prime this year, some of the cool stuff he's done with the players and care, and just talk about it, as a wrap up for 2025. So thank y'all for pulling up. Shout out to BetUS. They're hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit of $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. We will we'll have special guests coming in the next couple of days. Hopefully, we'll preview the game against BYU. And yeah, we'll chop it up soon.